last, well, not last, there's more, there will be more. And now we're going to complete the chromatic scale. We're going to complete the chromatic scale from middle C to C octave. Okay, so now we're going to play from C, the middle C to C octave. And how many half steps? From C to C octave, 12 half steps. Every time you play from the root to the octave, you played 12 half steps. There you go. And what do you call that interval? You call it octave, because it has 12 half steps. So that completes the intervals that exist within the chromatic scale. And I use the C chromatic scale as an example, but you can do the same with any chromatic scale. You can start on any key and then play the chromatic scale for that key, for that scale. Okay? Yeah, you can play the chromatic scale for that key. Alright, so normally, okay, we would say that, okay, we're done, because we play from C to C. We played from C to C. So we completed the entire scale. That is true. But when you finish playing your scale, okay, from C to C, okay, when you finish that scale, do you stop? No, you can continue playing, right? You continue, but now the difference is you're going to count your intervals from the octave, which is C octave, not from the root now, because now you are continuing the scale. So remember the octave. Okay, when you remember there are 7 notes in the major scale. Now when I play C octave and I play D, also that's D octave, right? That's what I would call it. If I play C octave, then if I play D after that, that's D octave. So now what we do, now you're going to add whatever note you're playing after C octave. You're going to add 7 to it, and then that will be the name of the interval. Okay. Now if I play C octave, and I play D, what I need to do, since the scale has seven notes, I'm talking about the C major scale. Since the C major scale has 7 notes in it, then after I play the octave and I continue to play, I play D. Now I'm going to add, because D is the second note in the scale, in the continuing scale. D is still the 7th note. Now D is still the second note of the scale. But now, since I already placed 7 notes, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add 7 notes. I'm going to add the 2 to 7, give me 9. So now, instead of 2, I'm going to say D now is 9, because I added 7 to it, make it 9. Okay? So now it's 9. And so on. Okay? Those additional notes, they are called extensions. Extensions. Okay. Now, they also have names. Okay, now, if I play, I just did. I play octave C plus major second. You know what major second is, because we just learned about it. So one major second has two half steps. So I'm going to play the octave C and add D, which is a major second. That means now you have C8, C octave, plus a major second. That means that gives you 9. Now you have a major 9. Okay? With how many half steps in a major 9? 14 half steps. Okay? Octave, C octave, plus a major second, which is 2 half steps. Now you have 14 half steps for major. A major second is 2 half steps. Now you have 14 half steps for major 9. That will be C major 9. Okay. Now, okay. The next one is going to be playing from C octave to D sharp, which is E flat, and we know E is the number. Well, let me put it this way. Hold on. I am going to play from C octave to C sharp. Okay, which is also D flat. Okay. Okay. So it is a 9. Okay. It is a 9. It is a ninth interval, but because now I'm playing I'm playing D flat. I'm playing D flat. So now that makes it a minor. That makes it minor, which is minor 9. So you can say octave plus minor second. Okay, gives you minor 9. So that would be C octave plus C sharp or D flat. That gives you minor 9, which has 13 half steps. Okay. Now we can also have 10. We can have major 10. Then in major 10, that's 7. When you reach octave, 7 plus 3. Okay, or 7 plus minor 3 to get minor 10th. So you can get major. You can have major 10th by just add. Okay, you got C, and you add E. You add the E. Okay, that's 3. So 7 plus 3 give you 10, and you got a major 10th, which has 16 half steps. So if a major 10 has 16 half steps, if you lower the let's see if you lower the top note of the interval half steps, now you're going to have a minor interval. Okay, you're going to have minor interval. So now C to E flat. Okay, did I show you? Yeah, I show you. Okay, this is a major 10. Let me show you just in case I did not. This is a major 10th. 7 plus 3. Okay, now we're going to go to a minor 10th. It's going to be 7 plus flat 3. Okay, minor 10th now. Octave plus minor third. 15 half steps from C octave to D sharp, E flat. Okay, minor 10th, octave plus minor third. Okay, that means from C octave to E flat, which is also D sharp, 15 half steps. Then the next one is the 11th. 11 is octave plus 4, octave plus a perfect 4, which give you an interval of 11th, octave plus perfect 4, which is C octave to F. Okay, perfect 4. 7 plus 4, 11. So now, how many half steps? 17 half steps. Okay. Now, we can also have 12th, which is octave plus perfect 5th. 12th interval, octave, C octave plus perfect 5th, which is G octave. Octave plus perfect 5th give you interval of 12, 19 half steps. Where you see C8 on the card, that means C octave. C octave plus perfect 5th give you the interval of 12, which has 19 half steps. And the last one I'm going to show you is the 13th. The 13th, which is from C octave to A, which is the 13th note. Okay, that means 7 plus 6 give you 13. So how many? That's how many half steps in that interval? 21 half steps. The 13th interval has 21 half steps, like from C octave to A. Okay, that's 21 half steps. Okay, that means 7 plus 7 is 7 plus 6. okay, give you the 13, but then when you count from the root, from the root you started with, so you got 21 half steps altogether in that interval of 13th. So that means octave as octave plus major 6. Okay, that's it for I hope you understand the concept of the intervals. And then you need to remember, when you add the extension, you got octave. When you reach the octave, then you add the extension, like 9. 7 plus 2 gives you 9. Then you have the 9, but you still have the intervals from the beginning of from the root, okay, of the chromatic scale to consider. All right. So hopefully you understand, and this is something that you have to practice on your keyboard. But you need to remember the concept of half steps in the intervals, because that's the way you're going to know, you're going to learn the names of the intervals. And when you invert them, all you have to do is count the number of intervals, the number of half steps in them, and then from that you can determine the names. All right.